What's going on, everyone? So let's talk about a common workplace mistake. And this is something that everyone needs to hear because I see this happen as an owner of a company, as or working for a company, and I see this happen all the time.
You made a major mistake at work. Don't worry, here's what you do.
Now I'm gonna tell you the dirty little secret about this. It is your friends at work. Well, better put it, your coworkers are not your friends. That's the mistake I see people make all the time. And the reason why I want to bring this up is because people think that just because you spend a large amount of time at work with someone, it makes them their friends because you know about each other, you know about the family and everything else like that. But at the end of the day,
Coworkers are not your friends. Either you fully agree with that statement because you've learned the hard way, or you're rushing to your keyboard to tell me how wrong I am because you haven't learned the lesson yet.
your coworker is not your friend. And why do people say coworkers are not your friends? It's because the one thing is you need to understand that you are there to work. And a lot of times people don't understand that coworkers backstab each other all the time. Coworkers step on top of each other all the time.
I had a coworker who would complain about my boss, and then she would badmouth me to my boss and say that I had said all the things that she had said to my boss behind my back. This coworker is my mom's age. She has a daughter who's my age, mind you.
What?
Yeah. So that's, guys, age is just a number.
There's all these things that coworkers do, and they tell on each other, they snitch each other out, and at the end of the day, you're there for work, and you just happen to spend a large amount of time with each other. Now, yes, you can go out together once in a while, have a few drinks, but at the end of the day, you're not gonna really be friends, because a lot of times what I see is once they leave the company, they kind of don't contact anyone at the companies anymore, and this is the hard truth. When I ran my company, everyone was with are friendly with each other, they would get along, but right when the person leaves, a switch kind of takes off in them. They're like, oh, we don't need to talk to them no more. And they generally started ghosting each other. They might be friendly, say hi to each other every once in a while, but then they don't talk to each other. They have no reason to talk to each other anymore. And this is what you have to understand. Now, is it normal not to be friends with your coworker? Yes, it is normal. Now, it doesn't mean you're not friendly with them. Like, have conversations, talk to them, know a little bit about them, and talk about day to day. So yes, there is that. Now at the end of the day, I'm gonna give you the reasons why your coworkers are not your friends, and this is for anyone coming into a workplace or been in a workplace that they already understand. You know, at the end of the day, it's a place to work. You spend a large amount of time with each other, but y'all coworkers, you're not friends, and it kind of sucks because you expect to build friendship and work relationship, but it's not like that. It's a work environment. Now, the number one reason why you're not really friends is because it's a relationship based on convenience. Because the harsh truth is, 90% of the time, your colleagues, 90% of the time, your colleagues are confiding in you, laughing, sharing details about their life because you're there. And you can also think about its closeness through proximity. So if you're not there, they could be talking to someone else. And at the end of the day, they're not your friends. They're just confiding in you, talking to you, and trying to build a relationship at the workplace with each other. But you're not friends. I'm keep saying this because people need to understand that this is bond or this is based off convenience. You're there, y'all talk to each other, y'all get to know each other, you know each other's life, and y'all ask for each other's advice. But most of the time, it's it's not a friendship. Now, it doesn't mean you can't get a friend at work and make it into a personal life, but at the end of the day, I don't see a lot of it working very well. See, So you need to understand this. Relationship is based off convenience at work. And the person you happen to share office with, sit next to, yeah, y'all can eat lunch together, y'all might go out to drink every once in a while. But at the end of the day, it's a work based off convenience. Now, number two, you're likely connect with this person over toxic trait or trauma bonds. What do I mean? Bad managers or people gossiping or something like that. It brings you two together, or you three, or you four, just because y'all work close with each other. Now, I used to think that the people I build relationship at work are long lasting. Man, I have people who I worked in the very first hospital, second hospital, third hospital I worked at, that, we went fishing together, we hung out a little bit, but then they never invited me to their wedding. That's how I kind of understand, oh, we're not friends. Then they don't talk to me after I leave the hospital or leave the area. So it's just convenience to them to have someone to confide to, and we weren't really friends. And this is where you have to understand that once you leave that workplace, will they continue to keep talking to you? And it's the harsh truth and harsh reality. Comment down below if anyone experienced this, because I experienced it. It wasn't the best experience. I thought we'd keep being friends, but once we left the workplace environment and I left the company, they stopped talking. They ghosted me. So this happened to a lot of people I talked to, and you know what? I don't blame them. We don't have anything in common sometimes, and sometimes they just don't want to talk to you. Number three is most people only care about themselves. And this is where the conversation is. You can build a workplace environment, and then they want to build this commodity, and they join in, they talk to each other, but at the end, they only care about themselves. So when promotion comes up, they're gonna any information they get, they're gonna throw you under the table. If y'all both trying for a position, they're gonna try to say, oh, this person shows up late, this person does this person doesn't do this right, and that's just how it is. They're trying to win over. Now, it's not the best thing to do to get a promotion, but doesn't mean I haven't seen it. Whenever I used to hire for VPs and executive position, I see them throw their coworkers so quick under the bus, and it's not a surprise. And number four, not everyone has the best intention to find out information. Sometimes some people are trying to get some of this information to get arsenal against you. So this is why I tell you, be courteous to each other, talk about each other, but try to keep your personal life and business life separate, because they're going to use it against you, saying you're XYZ, you do XYZ on the weekend, or just try to get you in bad image in front of people. And number five, and this is the last one, you don't really know each other. Just because you act like this at work doesn't mean that that's how they really are. At work, they could be this nice and shiny, great person, well put together, but at home, they could be a complete slob. They could be messy, they could be anything. So, what you see at work is their professional life, and what they do at home is their personal life. And there is a difference. Not a lot of people have the same personality they have at work that as in the at home. I know people who are hardest worker at work, but when they get home, they are the laziest person I've ever seen in my life. I mean, they go home, they lay on the couch, and they'll sit there or lay there for the next 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, and don't do anything. They won't cook, clean, wash dishes, or anything. And comment down below if you know someone like that. But I know people like this, so you need to understand that they're not your friends, and what you see at work might not be who they really are. So understand that the big part of this mistake is you are thinking they're your friends. They're not your friends. They're your coworkers. And you need to keep this separate whenever you go into a personal to professional lifestyle. Because professionally, you have a different attitude than you have at home. So keep it separate as much as you can and enjoy your life because it's not all about work. So like and subscribe to my video, and that's all I got for you.